Hey folks, Ricky Brule here from VaporTrail Archery. We're just here today to talk a little bit about a couple of youth bows and some of the entry-level bows that you can get into without breaking the bank. First one I'm going to go over here, this one's known as the Quest Centec NXT. So this Quest Centec NXT it's a package bow, comes with everything you need. You've got your basic four arrow quiver. It's easily removable. Just flip that lever up and it comes right off. Goes right back on there. You've got your standard 5-pin sight on here. It's got your bubble level. You've got some easily adjustable knobs on here, and then also you've got a sight light on there as well. And with most youth, we recommend a capture style rest. This is a rest known as the whisker biscuit. This is typically what comes on most entry-level bows, and it's what we typically recommend to start with. That way, it's more foolproof. You don't have to worry about whether your arrow is going to stay on the rest or not. So it's very easy to use. You knock your arrow, the arrow goes through the slot on the side, and then those bristles there hold your arrow in place during the entire shot cycle. The feature on this bow is known as the Easy Grip. It's for anti-torque, and what it does is it teaches the new shooter how to hold their hand on the grip. You want to have that angle there. It forces a little bit of a bend in your arm, so then it gives you proper form and allows for proper follow through. On the Edge 320, this is a combo package as well. Again, standard 4-arrow quiver. Pretty simple, quick detach on there. Slides right off, goes right back on there. You've got a basic 3-pin sight on here with a bubble level. And this bow again also comes with the whisker biscuit, just for foolproof design. Makes it a lot easier for a beginner or somebody who's new to shooting. There's a lot less to think about during the shot process, so it'll help with that. One other thing that's really important in the beginning is to have a wrist strap. One of the things that the purposes that this serves is it can add some stabilization, but also just ensures that the bow doesn't come out of your hand. When you're first learning, you don't want to grip the bow. Otherwise, what that will do is the bow will torque. So this will help prevent the bow from flying out of your hand and then hitting the ground. This bow also comes with a small stabilizer. This does help to balance the bow just a little bit, but more so what it does is it helps to dampen some of the vibration that comes from the shot. One of the reasons we recommend these bows for beginners is they're nearly infinitely adjustable. So you could shoot it as a youth all the way up into adulthood. They also have a high resale value, so if it is a sport that you're not sure about whether you want to get into or not, it won't break the bank, but then it also has a good resale value because of the several different demographics that it appeals to. So aside from the package deal on the bow, a couple other things that you're going to need is, like we talked about previously, the release, but more importantly, you're going to need arrows. This is the Victory V-Force Sport. This is a 500 spine arrow. It's an economical price. It's $45 for half dozen. This is typically what we recommend for youth that are shooting lighter poundage. Then of course, you can still get this arrow all the way up into a 250 spine, which would accommodate any 70-pound bow as well. So this is an economical arrow that we typically recommend for entry level, as it won't break the bank and it'll get the job done. So if you shoot a lot and you really like to shoot, you like to practice, you like to hunt, we also carry a premium line of bows from Prime. This particular bow right here is known as the Inline. This is their latest bow for 2022. This is outfitted with all the bells and whistles here. We've got a B3 exact sight on here. It's fully adjustable. You've got 4 pins on it, but then it's also a slider so you can get out to longer ranges. We've got the limb driver Gen 7 on here. This is our basic rest, just has your typical adjustments on there, but as always, it is limb driven, so it's activated off the limb there. Gives you better downrange accuracy. And then we've also got our Stokerized SS1 stabilizer on here. It's offset to balance the weight from the other side of the bow from your sight and your quiver and your arrow rest. So this is more of the top of the line setup. You know, if you've been shooting for a while and you're looking to increase some speed or some efficiency, this is definitely the way to go. This is the Prime inline. So there's a lot of information out there on the internet, and I know it can probably get very overwhelming if you're just getting into it. You're doing some research on what bow you should get into, what arrows you should use, what releases you should use, and it can get very confusing. So we highly recommend that you come in, whether you're a beginner, you've been shooting for 5 years, you've been shooting for 30 years, we definitely have something here to offer you. We can make sure that we get you set up with your draw length properly, we can get the poundage set up properly, we can tune the bow for you. VaporTrail Archery, we are a manufacturer as well, so we've been manufacturing bowstrings for almost 30 years now. So we can get you set up into the bowstring area. The arrow rests, we manufacture the limb-driven arrow rest, so we know these products inside and out, and we also build all of the stabilizers here in-house too. Everything's built to order. So just make sure that if it's something that you want to get into, or even if you've been shooting for a while, make sure you come on in and just talk to us. There's a wealth of knowledge here between all of us. We have certified bow technicians that can get you set up right and get you going. We've got the 40-yard range in the back, so you can get sighted in out to 40 yards. And we can just make sure that your setup is shooting exactly where it needs to be before you walk out the door. So you can find us online at VaporTrailArchery.com. You can also look us up on Facebook and Instagram. And we're at 700 Lund Boulevard in Anoka, Minnesota. So come on down so we can hang out and talk archery.